Hopefully while Declare was thinking about what he was going to do, you were thinking too, and have at least an outline of a defense ready to go, and basically, if Declare plays this card from dummy, I'm going to play this card from my hand. If he plays the other card that he could play, then I'm going to play the other card from my hand that I could play. You'll have at least that part enough worked out. You'll also have worked out what you think your partner's lead meant. Do you think it was a singleton? Was he leading my suit? If so, did he support me during the auction? So I know he's got some cards in the suit. And now he's telling me what kind of cards he has in the suit, good cards, bad cards, or whatever. We can talk more about that later. Now's not the time. But those are the kinds of things that are happening as you're defending. As a defender, you're going to be doing an awful lot of counting. There are 2 hidden hands, and as defender, your job is as quickly as possible to figure out how many cards are in each suit in each of the hidden hands, and also in each of those suits, what are the high cards that could possibly be there, and what high cards are impossible, or the auction would have been completely different, or the play of the hand thus far, or your partner's defense thus far would be completely different. Those things are all important. Now let's look at some guidelines which you should pretty much stick to until you know a little bit more about the game. And even then, probably. First is second hand low. What that means is if you are the second person to play to a trick, it's a good idea for you to play a low card in that trick, or sometimes not even to trump that trick if you think your partner is going to have a card that can win it. Don't just try and grab a trick right away. Your partner might be entitled to that trick, and you don't want to take a trick that your partner's entitled to. They really frown on that, especially if you trump their aces. Another good thing to know is that generally if you are leading a suit and it's a sequence like King, Queen, Jack or Jack, 10, 9, you lead the top card in the suit. If your partner has led the suit or Declare has led the suit either from his own hand or from dummy, and it's your turn to play, and you have that same kind of sequence, you generally play the bottom card in the sequence. That way, when one of those other cards doesn't take the trick, your partner can work out that you probably have them. I'm just going to touch on this right now because it can get really confusing. It takes a lot of work and a lot of study to really get this down, and you've got to do that kind of work with your partner. Talk about things. But generally, when you are defending, the cards you play and the order in which you play them tend and hopefully will give your partner some information about that suit. In other words, do you like it? Are you giving him a count? Are you telling him what to do when he gets back in? Those are all kinds of things that you can do by the card which you play to a suit if you have a choice. That's all I'm going to say about that for now. We can get into that a little later. I think you've kind of got the idea. The one thing I can caution you about is, especially when you're defending, there's a tendency when you're new to just take inordinate amounts of time for each card and just agonize over each play. Let me just tell you one more general rule. It's better to be fast than to be good when you're getting started. Nobody cares if you're super fantastic life master, king of the jungle expert when they know you're not. You don't have to be perfect, but just do something. Even if it's wrong, there's always another deal. And there's always another video, and I'm going to stop right here.